long journey to Vietnam started in Lake City, Florida. I was on the road as usual when a hernia issue forced me into the nearest hospital for emergency surgery. The operation would leave me unable to ride a motorcycle for several weeks. Luckily, another one of my road buddies was about 3 hours away, so he helped me out until I got back on my feet. Hey, boys and girls. After about a week of healing up, I could get around on foot, but riding was still out of the question.
Shepherd Wire.
Yeah, okay, that's your YouTube channel. Check them out.
Yeah.
We're just sitting here eating some good southern food.
And pulling out.
Yeah.
Two fat cats getting ready to go back.
I'm telling you, man, I've gained about 10 pounds just since I've been sitting here. The only consolation throughout this ordeal was getting to meet several of my subscribers who showed up to buy me dinner. You guys. I continued healing up in Jacksonville where the rent was cheaper, but was absolutely appalled by the conditions of the ghetto. Truly one of the most hopeless areas that I have ever encountered. Everybody's stuck in some kind of private hell that they can't quite escape. I don't usually get to look around because I'm usually riding the motorcycle. This is my buddy Jim. He lives in Jacksonville. He's sort of helping scoot me around since I can't scoot around on my own. So that's part of Jacksonville. Obviously kind of a port city, I guess. Jim gave me a ride across the city where I'd be storing my bike for the next 2 months with a friend on the Jacksonville police force. I then flew back home to Virginia for the holidays, where I would continue to make preparations for Vietnam. This is the Floyd Friday Night Jamboree. It's kind of a local bluegrass deal. Typically in the summer and stuff, there's all kinds of people playing music out here on the street. Wasn't really my thing when I was in high school. It was something that had to kind of grow on me. Due to the Vietnamese immigration office being closed for the new year, I didn't get my visa in time and had to reschedule for a later flight out of Raleigh, North Carolina. All right, so the long journey to Vietnam begins now. This is my sister Gwen. Hey. She has taken me to the airport to pick up a rental car so I can then drive the car to an airport that was cheaper for the flight. There is the rental car. The airport assured me that I have everything I need to fly. Negative COVID test, visa, which finally came through, and passports. I think it's all good, so I'm getting ready to go. I then drove the rental car down about 3 hours of winding mountain roads to Raleigh, where I'd be catching a flight at about 3:30 a.m. All right, Raleigh-Durham International Airport. As I probably already mentioned, the cheapest flight to Vietnam was out of here for whatever reason. So yeah, I just made it through TSA. Didn't go to sleep at all last night in the process of trying to get acclimated to the time zone over there. So gonna be a lot of flying for the next couple days. After a relatively painless 2-hour flight to Detroit, I had about 3 hours to kill. All right, so I got time to kill before this flight to Japan, so I found this cart, power walking all around the airport, trying to get a little bit of exercise in. Next up was a 14-hour flight, almost literally halfway around the world to Nagoya, Japan. Took me a second to figure out what these were. That's a blanket. It's gonna come in handy. It's a little cold in here. Slippers. I don't know how you're gonna find you don't even know which hotel, right? No. I met several Vietnamese folks once I got off the plane, and we quickly bonded due to our mutual inability to speak Japanese. These people were to stay by my side until I got where I was going and invited me to stay if I was ever in their area.
We did that.
Already.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I had about a 19-hour layover, and the vending machines were calling my name. All right, some of the famous vending machines of Japan. Some of these are alcoholic, so you got to watch out. 6% alcohol, beer. But what I'm after is stuff like this, which is green tea. Oh, some of the best stuff in the world right here. You can find this stuff at some Asian markets. Tastes amazing. Eel right there, prawn obviously, a type of freshwater fish, salmon, another freshwater fish, tuna, I think. I don't know what those are. These are surimi, baby eels, a cup of some kind of a seafood broth, I would guess, probably made from that prawn. I should mention all that for about 10 bucks. I love sushi, but I could never eat it, certainly not in the United States because it's just too cost prohibitive, so I'm really excited about this. Oh, and that's a scallop, by the way, and some kind of a fish roe. All right, so now these are basically kind of a donut made with octopus. Absolutely scorching hot. As soon as you bite into them, there's like a liquidy center with a piece of octopus in there. I figured it was a pretty safe bet. This was going to be the last Harley Davidson I'd be seeing for a while. The hotel I stayed at was like a labyrinth of tiny, utilitarian rooms. Alright, so this is the natto, which is fermented soybeans, basically. It's kind of famous or infamous in the food world. Well, by my American standards, that was absolutely a delicious meal, even if it was a continental breakfast. This guy just said hi. Konnichiwa.
Hi, konnichiwa.
Although I was in Japan, I seemed to be running into more and more Vietnamese people every time I turned around. So these guys, you fly into Ho Chi Minh today?
We come to Hanoi today.
Hanoi, okay.
Do you have Facebook?
I don't have Facebook, no.
Do you have Instagram?
Instagram, yeah. It's the same. It's Dirty Motorcycle Vagabond. Yeah, one word, no space.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. And maybe I'll see you in Hanoi one of these days. You'll see me on a moto. Still in Nagoya. This is my new friend. Dao. She, I wasn't going to eat anything else, but she kind of twisted my arm. I'm like, well, I guess I could eat. So.
learn how to eat all the time.
All the time, huh? Why are people so skinny though?
Because they're active, because they move around, because
Okay.
they ride their bikes. And
Yes.
They don't sit in front of the TV,
Yes.
watching TV.
Yeah.
You know. And they're busy people.
They still walk and bike and
Yes.
do things outdoors.
Yes.
A Vietnamese American living in Florida, Dow was to prove instrumental in introducing me to the authentic culture of Vietnam. She was taking a bus about 2 hours north of Ho Chi Minh City to stay with some family friends and invited me to come along. After about another 5.5 hours, we landed in Saigon. That's, what would you say, 85, 90 degrees?
It's about 85, yeah.
Wow, perfect. It's okay. Unbeknownst to me, the Vietnamese I'd been studying had been a northern dialect, spelled the same, but drastically different from what's spoken in the South. Dow was quick to point out when I said something wrong, which was pretty often.
So, the way you say you're not smooth,
Yes.
you're very choppy,
Yep.
which then makes it sound very Chinese.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm doing wrong.
Like that guy that was helping me, that older man.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, the girl wouldn't move, and so I lost my balance because I'm trying to get in, and she'd like push back on me.
She did.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, you know, so then somebody else will push her so that we can get in.
Yeah,
And so,
like kanto,
Kanta.
kanta. Okay.
Kanta.
You're gonna have to work with me on my southern accent.
Well, listen, when you're staying at Bruce's place,
Okay.
they're South Vietnamese, obviously. So
Okay.
they'll help you out with that.
Yeah, because I went over and over and over those things trying to get it exactly right.
You can't,
And it's-
not because you're listening to the wrong tones
Yeah.
or listening to the wrong tones. I mean,
Yep.
the tones are all the same, but you know, the way they say it.
Yeah. I really can't stress just what a pain in the ass this whole journey was. But when the doors opened up and the country of Vietnam smacked me in the face, I had a feeling it was all going to be worth it. Hey, what's up? This is Joe. Just a quick reminder, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. And as usual, I've included an optional donate link in the drop box for anybody that might like to contribute to this project. Otherwise, thanks for watching and stay tuned for some interesting content.